Let me see. Pull up and see if we're testing.
Live.
All right.
Live like a wire. Yep.
Say something.
Hello?
Say something for the homies. Yeah, we live. I see we live. I hear me.
You hear you?
Yeah.
Okay, we in the building?
We in the building.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay.
We in there.
We're in the building like swimwear. You ready?
Ready? Rolling.
Let's go, Darnell. Yo, what's up, everybody, man? Welcome to another episode of the Pros and Cons podcast, man, where we try to highlight the people in our community who doing something, man, whether it's writing books, changing their life around, helping out the elderly, helping out the community, or sometimes just chopping it up, right?
That's right.
So we appreciate y'all tapping in. Today we have a special guest, a dope young sister named Tiasia. I'm gonna let her tell us about herself. But before I do, introduce my man Keelan. Everybody know Keelan.
What's good?
Huh?
What's good?
Pointing to the ceiling.
He said it was the camera pointing to the ceiling, or you got pointing to the ceiling.
How am I pointing to the ceiling?
Don't use my phone because I ain't looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm saying mine's got it.
Why
That's
you
'cause
live
he's
though?
doing it.
Why you live twice though? That's
Because I want to see it, because they have comments. I want to be able to read the comments.
about just being on there.
Oh, so that might be yours.
You just go on there.
Yeah, don't,
That's it.
yeah, don't confuse people with the double live.
You double live.
Yeah, don't double live us.
Well, y'all should. That's why y'all supposed to be helping me,
That's
man.
why I'm helping you right now.
Nobody knew you
What's
was
up? It's
facing
your
the
boy
ceiling.
Keelan trying to get my man shimmy
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Trying to
How we
double
supposed to
live.
They be
know?
chopping out my lumber, man. We can that.
Got
We
people
can that right there.
confused over here. but
Shoot,
we
I'm
back.
confused. But anyway, we here.
In the building.
Chopping out my lumber. I ain't gonna tell you how they be treating me in here, man. But it's all good.
You've been on go since I got here, so I don't think it's you.
Listen, I'm telling you, it ain't me. It's because of how I get treated.
I
get treated like a.
she can see us, so we all good.
Yeah, I see it now. All right, so now listen. Let's get started, though. Yeah, go ahead, Darnell.
So just open this up. Just open it up so you see the comments. Turn
Then
your
you gotta turn
volume
your
down.
volume down.
Turn your volume.
All right,
Now you
so
get help and you don't even say thank you.
no, because I should have had the help before we got started. No, but thank you. Whatever. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Let's go.
Don Turner said
go.
hi, and she's so proud of you just to get things.
Thank you, Miss Dawn.
You know already.
Let's get it started.
Let's go. Get off your phone. So, like I was saying, we got the young sister here, Tiasia, Deanna. It's Deanna?
The end.
Deanne.
My grandmother.
A poet. I met this young sister when I first came home. I had a birthday party, and I said I want to do something different. So I wanted to put some poetry to it. I learned a valuable lesson. Don't try to read. Don't try to do no poetry with people drinking.
You can't mix the two worlds.
You can't mix the two.
That's what I missed.
Yeah, you can't mix the two. So, but
It was still nice though.
It was still nice.
We'll talk about that later.
And as a result of that, I've been watching and paying attention to her because I have something that I do plan on doing that I'm definitely going to use it for when I can find the time to get it done. And I decided that I wanted to write my book. And as a result of that, I put it on Facebook. I needed a writer, and everybody just blew me up with like, Tiasia. I'm like, okay. And so as I talked with her, I'm like, you need to be on the podcast. People need to hear from you because they hear about you,
Right.
but they need to hear from you. So with that being said, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you before I get to chopping at your lumber.
Ooh, okay. Where do I start? So, I've been born and raised here, South Side. I graduated from East High School. I've been writing since I was 14, so writing is like near dear to me. That's my outlet. That's always been my piece. I remember I wrote my first poem in the 9th grade, and I really never knew it was a gift yet. I just was writing. And then my mentor Jocelyn, she was like, "Do you know like this is a gift? Like you have powerful writing skills." And ever since then, I fell in love with poetry. So it's been like my second release outside of just writing freely, which has turned into my passion that I turned into profit. So with that, as a writer, I wrote my first book of August in 2020. And that was probably one of the biggest achievements I felt like was just everything. Because I remember growing up, I never used to think it was like real. Like you used to always see people write books, but you never really saw us write books. Like I never saw too many Black authors in our community. So when I actually did it, I was like, oh, everybody needs to do it. Now that I learned how to do it and I self-published on my own, I turned it into a brand to start teaching other people to publish books so we can bridge that gap, because not a lot of us occupy that space of entrepreneurship. And that's what I call entrepreneurship, because your book is a business. Like,
I thought that's what you said. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Did you say entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship.
I like that.
Once you create a book, it's now an asset. It's its own moneymaker. You turn that one book and monetize it into multiple different ways to make money. I get paid speaking off my book. I get paid teaching other people how to write book. I get paid self-publishing for people, writing for people. That one book turned into multiple streams of income, and now I want to give that back. So I did my first workshop a little bit after I published in August. I did my first workshop that February, and I did it absolutely free. And it was like so empowering to sit and like listen to these women who look like me just talk about their aspirations of wanting to be a writer and what they were putting down. I'm like, if everyone knew how easy it really was, we wouldn't feel like it was unattainable. Like so many people after I published would come to me like, dang, what did you do? How did you do it? I'm like, I'm about to teach you the game, because it's really not as hard as we think. And if once I give it to you and you do it, you're gonna be like me. So I try to teach people and tell people, don't just write a book and then leave it on the shelf after that first couple months. Just monetize that book. Keep it rolling. Like, keep it making money, because the book is an asset and the book is a business. Mm-hmm. What else about me? I don't know. Get me right. Get me right.
So
I'll talk forever.
So we know that you just said you're Arthur, right? So tell us a little bit about some of the other things that you've done prior to you becoming an author.
Okay, I also do youth mentorship.
Okay.
So I started working with youth development when I was 17 years old. I started at Camp Fitch as a camp counselor, and it totally opened up a whole burden. I don't know where it came from, but God just said this is what I'm supposed to do. So from then to now, I've been working with youth for the past 10 years, going on 11, and something that I feel like when it comes to youth is a lot of people encounter them they're in school spaces or social work, but they don't look at them as a seed. I look at youth as a seed. That encounter that you have with that kid is a seed, and you might not ever see the harvest of that seed, but you're planting all around you when you encounter our youth. And I get irritated sometimes, and I always say, if you don't have, the burden, if you don't have any relationship, if you're not building and you've been working in the school system for all these years, then get away from our kids, because it's such a delicacy to work with youth, and it's a privilege. So I've done that for the past few years. Now, I recently started my full-time entrepreneurship, and I do mentorship through My Melanin Speaks. So I have 2 initiatives. I have Her Crown Collective, which is specifically for our young ladies. And then I also have the Glow Initiative, which is unisex for both boys and girls. And I've started working about 5 schools now, to where I have contracts that I go in and I do my curriculum and programming. What else?
So tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. So what do you mean?
Day to day.
The day to day.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So I would say each day looks different depending on the school. So when I work with the younger kids, their curriculum looks different than when I work with the middle school or when I go talk to the high school students. But what I try to do is I try to personalize it to that group of students. So I might ask the questions what's that group going through? What's going on within this age group? What are you dealing with at school? And that's how I base off the work that I'm going to be doing them over the series of weeks. Because everybody's different. What I teach to this group, I can't go in there to teach that group, because you might not have the same needs. You might not have the same issues as this group. So each activity or even workshop wise, each speaking engagement is personalized specifically to the group that I'm going to speak to.
So let me ask this. So from a young Black woman's perspective, what do you think, what have you found is a couple of the major issues with our young people?
Hopelessness is a big one. There's a lot of hopelessness within our youth where they don't feel like anything is worth it at this point. Like whatever they have right now, that instant gratification of whatever makes them feel good at the time, whether it's fighting, sex, drugs, whatever makes them feel good at that time, that's okay with them because they don't see the tomorrow. They're not trying to get to the tomorrow. They're just trying to get through the day. And that sense of hopelessness is why they are so fearless too. Like they're not scared of the same stuff that you would think a normal high school or even middle school down to elementary students I work with. They're so like up there, just ready. And that next day to them is like so far-fetched to get to.
That's almost an advantage, though, you know, because biblically speaking, you know, it says take no thought into tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, so if you live every day as just trying to make it past that day, that's really a value and a blessing because you really try to fulfill everything you can in that single day. I think if we actually like give that to them positively, like instead of them thinking of that being negative, like I'm hopeless about it, like just feed it the opposite. Like everything is hopeful because you accomplished everything you decided to do in that day.
Facts.
So if you can't miss out, they shouldn't miss out on that. Like they really are accomplishing everything they set out to do that day. That's full of hope.
It is.
Instead of hopelessness.
And you just too, like something too that I noticed and you just sparked it about the generation is they're a lot more free spirited when it comes to like exactly how you said, seeing that next day. They're just worried about right now. Even like the chances that they're willing to take. When I speak into like the the younger students, I had an elementary student, one of the things that I had them do, they were going to make survival kits, and their survival kits had to get them off this island. And it was all about the specific choices that you make to get you off the island. And one of them, he said, I'm bringing a person with me because my few things that I'm allowed to bring, they're allowed to bring some too. So now that I added him, my friend with me, my 3 things just turned into 6. So I had them present. When he explained it like that, I said, you were
smart.
You were in the 2nd grade. He was in 2nd grade. What do you mean? But they're so like that thought process. Like I've done that type of conversation as an icebreaker with high school students, and not even having them like draw it and present it, but just that was the icebreaker question. And nobody thought to bring another person to get more with them when they go. Right. They kind of just like, I don't know what I'm going to bring. Why are we on the island? You better ask the 2nd grader because he brought some people with him.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so they're different.
More open-minded about things. They don't have.
So Big Al asked this question. So what do you do as a
speak it
young...
to the mic, homie.
What do you do as a young lady says to these young teenagers who are followers and have the potential to be leaders? What do you say to them?
That's a good question. Well, we're all leaders in our own right. It just depends on where you go.
Facts.
So even when you follow, you lead.
Yeah, but a lot of
So
people
it's
don't
just
bring that out of themselves.
Exactly. And one of the strongest things I've always noticed, not even noticed, but something that I learned working with you for so long is the leadership qualities are in the ones that usually people throw away. And instead of you throwing them away, like that one who has the potential to move a whole classroom, even if he's swaying them to the left, you better tap into the fact that he's swaying them to the left to try to get him to go right, because that's the one that they listen to.
Like the class clown.
The class clown. He moves the room. So a lot of times we take the ones who are easier to pick up, and we'll just go mess with them, and the ones that you kind of got to dig out the dirt a little bit, we kind of like, nah, that's too much work. And that's where we mess up at.
I'm so glad you said that, because one of the things that I'm so tired of hearing when it comes to our young people is, man, they too far gone.
They not though.
They not. I feel like that's just a cop out for somebody not willing to not wanting to do the work or put the effort in, because it takes some effort, because we're dealing with traumatized kids. We got traumatized parents. We got traumatized adults.
It's generational.
Right, absolutely. So if my mother or father hasn't dealt with their trauma and they pass it down to me, that's what it's going to look like, right? And it's going to take some effort. It's going to take consistency, and it's going to take some time to even get them to a space or a place or a level where now we can start seeing productivity or change or growth. You know what I'm saying? And so people just like, yeah, that's too heavy of a lift. Right, so we just gonna say they too far gone and wipe our hands of them and keep it moving. But that ain't cool, because I can see in Youngstown, the majority of our kids is dealing with some type of trauma. So you can't say that to all of them. Both.
And this is why I say too about the generational trauma, because this is something that I dealt with, because I'm a product of having had the generational trauma and certain things I went through. So it was kind of like, the analogy that I use is, my dad was drowning, my mom was drowning, her mom was drowning, everybody was drowning. So then when we got here, me and my siblings, even me, I started off drowning. I started under the water. So I didn't start teaching and learning how to swim until my 20s. So now that I learned how to swim, it's kind of like, okay, let me try to go back and get somebody. But then at the same time, they say if you try to save somebody who don't know how to swim, sometimes you drown too. And a lot of times, when we don't take the time to really actually get to that pro level of swimming, like really healing and getting through our past trauma, it's a ripple effect, because now hurt people. So you can't help them if you're not helping you, because you're being a disservice. That's what I meant when I said, if you worked with kids or you're around kids and you have no built relationships, like you have none that can call you or can text you just like, I'm going through this, or I got the family, whatever, then just stay away from the kids, because you got to get you some different type of help to help them.
Right.
But some people don't. If I don't want to help myself, so I can't help you, because then I mean I got to deal with my stuff too.
True.
And a lot of people can't do that, or they don't think that it's possible to deal with yourself before you go and deal with somebody else.
You're right. That's a great answer. So, ultimately, you are multifaceted, and you're doing a lot of things. But if you had a wand and you could wave your wand and pick one particular thing that you just wanted to be your legacy, what would that be?
My Melanin speaks.
So talk about that a little
So I feel, and I know, and I
before you speak, tell us what that means. My Melanin speaks. I got an idea, but tell us what that means. I like that.
So my Melanin, that's my seed. I say, like, if people hear me talk about when it comes to MMS, that's like my baby. Like that's the first vision God gave me where I was scared. Like I was shook. I'm like, I can't do that. I ran away for a very long time, and it didn't even have a name yet. It started off as a hashtag, and it turned into what I'm doing now. But the reason why I say that would be that one thing that I do is because I have such a strong burden for people, specifically youth and our people. And I feel like a part of my purpose and what God has me here for is to heal people. And my Melanin Speaks is healing. My poetry is healing. My workshops are healing. Anytime I open my voice, it helps somebody. And I know because I could say something that sparks something in you, and I didn't even know it was going to spark it, but I'm just talking. And then after, oh my gosh, you just changed my life. Or, oh my gosh, you just changed the whole direction that I was moving in. And before, I was scared of that. So for a minute, I shut up. Because I didn't recognize the power in it that much until now. And I feel like that's that. If I could stop doing everything else, as long as I'm doing that, I'll be okay. Because that's where the heart is. That's where the passion is. That's the umbrella.
Okay. I like that.
Somebody asked what the name of their first book was.
Protect the Crown.
So, leading into that, tell us about that.
So Protect the Crown it's actually a 3-part series. So part 2 is coming soon. Just wait on it. But it stands for, Crown is an acronym which stands for Creating My Royalty, owning my worth, and never being empty. Creating my royalty is about recognizing your power, recognizing what God put inside of you, recognizing your purpose and what you're supposed to do. And I specifically named it that because that was a journey that I went through, was recognizing the power within myself. And then owning my worth is exactly what it sounds like. Like, take ownership in how much you value yourself, whether it's in friends, relationships, jobs. Like, don't just accept what the world gives you. Take ownership in what you know is available to you because it's your birthright. And then never being empty is, I walk you through the 5 stages of the healing process. And it also has mental health websites, mental health resources for you to go and start counseling or talk to somebody professionally about whatever you're going through. And then I also have poetry all throughout the book.
So it's a self-help book.
It's a self-help book.
So, and I'm glad you said that about poetry. So I was going to throw you on the spot, but I'm not going to throw you on the spot, but I'm going to give you a moment, right? So you think about it while we talking. But
Throw it on the spot.
we definitely definitely going to need to hear a little. You ain't got to give us a whole lot, but we're going to need to hear something.
Because last night, was that last night or the night before? Saturday night? Saturday night. She did a poem. And I don't think people appreciated it enough for what it was. I don't think, I think people just weren't paying attention. Like, the announcements weren't loud enough in there for everybody
Where
to
this was
really
at?
stop.
That's why you was all dressed up when I seen you?
Snowflake boy, she was fly.
Oh, well, guess what? Well, guess what? I like curveballs. Even though I don't play baseball, if I was a pitcher, my favorite thing would be a curveball. Right? You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Okay.
You ready?
I know the type of poet that she is, so I know all hers is performance and it's all memorized. So she don't have to go in and not be ready. She ain't afraid of that.
That's, and I'm gonna tell you something. That's why I don't call myself a poet, because even though I write poetry, I ain't never ready. Like, I don't got nothing memorized, none of that. So would you give us the honor?
Okay.
So the one that you heard last night was
Saturday night.
Saturday.
Was it
What's it called?
My Melanin? My Melanin. Yes.
My Melanin.
Would you? It's Black History Month.
Okay.
Would you honor us with it?
You got it, Shimmy.
Okay, man. I love this. Yeah.
Don't tear
But
up.
Don't tear up. I got my glasses on. I got my glasses on. You know I'm sensitive.
My melanin is the epitome of what glows in the dark. See, my melanin moves generations. My soul will leave a mark. My melanin speaks life. My melanin saves lives. My melanin applies pressure. It is powerful beyond measure. My melanin is treasure. It's poetic, unapologetic, so angelic. It's genetics. It's the love song that keeps the love strong. It's the best part they drop the beat on. It's the spirit and earth connected. That's perfection. It's this country's greatest blessing. That's the lesson. See, my melanin is honor. It's poise. It's grace. It's the trophy after the win. It's first place. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the fight in the midst of the crumble. It's the peace so many are missing. It's the vision. See, my melanin is worth it. It has barely scratched the surface. It is perfect. Energy shifted. Spirits lifted. My melanin is gifted. See, my melanin is me. My melanin is queen. My melanin speaks.
Hey, that's what y'all do. I can only do it with one hand, but we in it. This one don't work. This one don't work that good. Hey, I love it. Thank you.
For my man,
Thank you.
like Two Fly, we appreciate the multiplicity of rhymes in there. Just
Absolutely.
congested in there together. It
The
takes a special
wordplay.
skill
You
to
know what
be
that
able to
remind
do
me
that.
of? Love Jones. They sitting in the
For sure.
in the
In the
what you
club.
call it? In the club.
That's my favorite.
the sanctuary.
Yeah, I
In the
love that shit.
sanctuary.
When I used to sit,
When I used to watch that,
I
I said I
promise
want to
you.
go to a place just like that.
When I used to sit on my bed when I first started writing. I used to sit on my bed and I'm like, man, I can't wait to be able to go to a poetry thing. They got the lights dim, they got the whole ambiance, and somebody they up there and they just spitting. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait to do it.
Well,
When I-
February 17th, we got Dope with it.
Dope
Open mic
Dope
night.
Cider House.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it
February
again.
17th from 6 to 10. I will be
I'm there.
hosting. We're at Dope Cider House
We there.
for open mic night.
Make sure y'all show up. So, back to your book real quick. So, how long was the process for you to write?
Okay, so I started the intro in 2017. That's when God gave me the vision for it, but I couldn't finish it. It was like I had the intro and I got stuck. So fast forward to 2020, when I finished the rest of it, I wrote it in 90 days.
90 days.
90 days. Like, I said, okay, Tish, you about to publish people. Because I shut down and I didn't have anything going. I was just going to work. And I said, okay, I'm about to relaunch my brand, but I'm not coming back until I finish my book. I want my book to come out with it. And I realized the reason why it took me so fast to write it the second time I attempted was because everything I had went through in the past 5 years before I could publish it.
Okay.
So it was like, 3 years. I couldn't, God gave me the vision for it, but I had to go through certain things to be able to pour out what I poured out in it. So once I was able to finish the book, I would literally come home and it was just coming out. It was flowing. Like, it was just boom. I was writing everywhere. I'm writing in my car.
How scared was you?
Terrified.
Terrified?
Yes.
You felt vulnerable?
Yes. Like, I let a little bit of my business out in that book, but then at the same time, I was like, you ain't even scratched the surface yet. Like, my testimony is crazy. And the more I heal and the more I, like, go through birthing pains, the next book, I'm going to pour out some more. And then the next one, my level of transparency just keeps growing as I grow. So the first time I said stuff out loud that I probably thought I would never tell somebody. I was very vulnerable. It was to the point, too, like, certain pieces in the book people would, like, bring up to me, like, you can't use it against me because I wrote it. Like, I gave it to you.
Right.
People actually try to do that.
Oh, man.
That's how it happens. You healed first.
I gave you
Right.
the ammo. What
So
you gonna do?
that is one of my fears, right? Is even though I'm giving it to them, I'm still putting myself in a position to be criticized, vulnerable, criticized, condemned, all of that stuff, right? And to the point where I've said, like, people see me talk all the time, and they just think it's so easy for me.
Right.
But I'm controlling it. And I tell people all the time, it's different when I'm controlling it, at least in my head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to put myself in a position like that, it's still like, And so I vacillated between completely going out there and putting it all out there and keeping stuff back. Now, there's going to be stuff I'm going to keep back.
Yeah.
It's going to be stuff
As you
I'm going to
should.
keep back because, some of that stuff people it's with this gratuitous. People just want to just be nosy.
Right.
And I ain't got time for that because I actually want my book to be helpful and inspiring to
Right.
somebody. I ain't got time to have to be talking about who I slept with and who all that. I ain't got time for that, right? But I definitely understand, even me coming to you and asking you to help me on this journey. That was a lot.
Right.
That was a lot, because you could look at me like, this dude through. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could look at me like, man, this dude through. Like,
Right.
And so that's I think all of us have that to a certain level, fear of judgment.
Yeah.
But when you making yourself like that in that space, it's magnified a lot.
It is.
So I salute you for the strength that you had to do
Thank
it,
you.
and for the strength that you have to continue to do what it is that you are doing. And this 2023 and 2025. I just say 25. 2025, you would like to look at your life and be where with it?
Ooh. That's a question. So that's in 2 years. I'm hoping I see, like, I just see MMS in multiple states and multiple cities, doing educator professional development, workshops for youth still, curriculum books, seminars. That's what I want to do. I want to travel and do exactly what I'm doing here, but expand my reach to more kids and more people that's dealing with kids. I'm also getting ready to go back to school. So eventually I want my master's in counseling and social work.
Okay.
And I want my own practice so that I could have my own
So, talk about how scary it was for you to leave your job where you know you was going to be consistently paid to follow your passion and your dream, where statistics say you probably going to fail 8 times before you succeed.
Right.
Tell us about that. Share that.
Ooh, so I would say you can always feel like you're supposed to do something, but you're gonna know when you're supposed to do it when it's coming from God. And
What does that look like? How did that?
so this is how I can hear when I was being told it's time for you to go. It was like a few times, like people would tell me or come up to me and say, I don't know, I just don't see you being here long. I just don't see you being here long, or you're gonna leave soon or whatever. But it wasn't, even sometimes when I was ready, like, oh, I just can't do it no more. I think it's time for me to go, or I'm mad about something. It still wasn't the right time. It was me telling me to go, not God telling me to go. But when God told me to go, I remember like right before I put in my resignation, before I closed this door, it was like 5 doors opening. Like this door. It was like, pick one. I said, pick one. And I was like, okay, this time is it, because he's literally telling me if you let that small thing go, and that's no disrespect or anything, but if you let that small thing go, if you just give it back to me, I got something else for you. And I just had to like either sink or swim. Like I'm going to either stay here because it's easy, because I know how much money I'm making every month. I know all my bills are going to get paid. My whole life was on auto pay before I left my job. And that I didn't have to pay nothing but my rent outside of it just coming out of my bank account. That's a comfortable place to be in.
Absolutely.
When you don't have to worry about where it's coming from. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't rich or nothing. I was going through it just like everybody else, but I never took my life off auto pay. I just let it come out. So when I left, it got scary. It just now was like, okay, we leveling out now. Like we're leveling out. But at first, I didn't have a safety net. I didn't have a plan B. I just had me and God. Like I was just like, we out here. I got up that next day.
You just had you and
me and God, and we was out here. Like that next day, I got up like I was going to work, and I went to my office that Monday. Like I was going to work. I could have stayed in my bed.
What did that first day feel like though? Were you in there? Did you have furniture? Did you in your office and you thinking what?
It felt like freedom. So I had got my office last January. I got the keys last January. It's coming up on a year that I had that office. And I had been working on it. And then I got comfortable, and I didn't go to my office until our meetings. But I wasn't upstairs. We was down in the conference room. We never was upstairs. And I was kind of like getting ready to go, but I didn't know. But I knew that my time was getting cut short because I started to get comfortable in the thought that I wouldn't be here anymore. When before it was kind of like, I don't know. But this time I'm like, I think this is going to be my last year. I just don't know if I'm going to finish out the end of the school year. That's what I thought. Like, it would be my last school year. Until when it happened, it was like, no, right now. And I was like, I ain't ready right now. But sometimes you don't have to be ready in your eyes, because if God says you're ready, then you're ready. And now in January, I replaced my salary. I just left in October. If I would have stayed, I wouldn't be operating in my gift. And we get so scared sometimes when God's telling us to do something because we don't know what it's going to look like. But when you operate in your gift, he's going to orchestrate on your behalf, and he's going to give you the tools to use because you're operating in him.
Say that. Can you say that one more time? Because that was a lot. You just say that one more time.
You're operating in him. The gift he gave you, we all have things that we're good at. And a lot of people think, oh, I just do that just because. No, the thing that you do that takes no effort, or that takes like, it does something to you and you just know how to do it, that's not a small thing. He gave you that for a reason. What are you doing with it? And when you start operating in what he gave you, he gives you so much more. And I had to learn that, like just operating a gift. I'm getting paid to do me. I have no overhead.
Good.
other than my office. Matter of fact, my office was so cheap the first year I got it, I cried.
Really?
Yes, because I knew it was God, like setting me up, like He was orchestrating. Because there's no way my office should have been as cheap as it was for the size that it is and for where it's at. But it didn't tear me apart. It didn't make me struggle. It just, God be just putting stuff in my hand. So like, you just have to operate in what He gave you and believe Him when He says that He has it for you, because He does.
You speak, and I hope y'all really getting this, man, because she dropping it. But you speak with such a spiritual conviction. Have you always been like that?
No. I grew to it when I grew in relationship.
Okay.
Because I didn't always have a relationship with God. I just knew who He was to a certain extent. Like, I used to go to church when I was young, but I didn't know Him like I know Him now.
Okay. Awesome. Go ahead, though. Come on, man, with all of this, man.
So, what projects do you have coming out this year?
What I started in, I am writing another book, our book. That's one of the biggest projects I have.
So my project ain't big.
We ain't start yet.
Got it.
Well, put it in the air. Put it in the air. Put it in the air. No, go ahead. And it's so crazy because when I come down there, right? When I first came down there to meet with you, and we down there, we talk, and you got to text me like, can we move it up a little bit? Because I got a client coming. Boom. So I'm like, all right. So I get down there. So I'm talking with her and stuff. Next thing I know, I see this joker, and I knew it was him before I seen him. You know how you be around somebody long enough, you know they walk, you know the movement. I knew it was, and this joker walked
He's
through
so
the,
light. He be so light on his feet.
he's so light.
I know him coming. He comes to me. It be a little knock and he just walk on in. I'm like, I hear everybody else in this hallway, but I never hear him. I just see the door open.
My sneakiness.
Yes. He's so light on his feet.
And so when I see him, I'm like, okay, all right. My dude, he don't tell me everything. He don't tell me everything, you know. So I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
Oh wait, so you didn't know that he was writing a book?
I didn't know he was writing this book.
You did. You just didn't know who.
Oh, you didn't know I was writing it?
A
Okay.
while ago we talked
We
about
talked
it.
about it, right? But you never know who.
Right, I never knew
Remember
who.
when I told you? I said after our project is done, you're gonna have a lot of people coming.
I remember that.
He was one of the ones I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the first ones I was thinking about.
Because my stuff been sitting on my computer for 2 years.
It has, because I was looking at the
You
dates.
was looking at the
when you were-
dates?
I'm like,
And I'm like, but I
all
got,
of these dates is back in like 2020, 2021. He just was writing.
I just was writing. But then I got to doing so much stuff, and it was like, the first step is always the hardest.
It is.
Even once you start and then you stop for a while, it's like, man, where I start at? And so that gets discouraging, honestly. And it's like, I ain't gonna do it. I'll catch up with it later, right? So I just said 2023, the things that I have vision for in my life, I really want to manifest, whether it's me doing it myself, me finding somebody to help me do it, whatever it is, right? And so when I put the post up, I'm talking about if it was 100 responses, 89 of them was yours. With TH.
When you did that, the first name I seen popped up. Like I sent you right as you posted, the first name popped up was hers, and I was like, okay, that's good. Then it kept being more and more. But to go back to what you were saying, let me just say, she makes everything comfortable.
She does.
Like,
Oh, thank you.
like I can speak on this because of it's going on a year that we've been meeting.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
Man, bro, you done kept it from me
We've
that
been
long.
working.
Who are you, man?
It'll be a year, I think, in like
So
April.
the thing about it is this, like, I was just comfortable with giving her my journals that I started writing in prison. And it was like, here, go through it. Like, whatever you want to take out of it, fine with me. So I basically, like, this how I got it, this how I got introduced to her. My daughter had an event where it's like, what was them, like pop-ups? They ain't even pop-ups.
Yeah.
But they
It was
be
like
selling
an
little
expo.
stuff. The expos, that's what it is. It was doing the expos. And I had to leave to come to here to this podcast. And my daughter was like, nah, you need to stay here with me. Tell Shimmy if he got a problem, he'll deal with me. I said, okay. So
I mean, you cause ruckus with everybody.
I ain't even did nothing.
You cause ruckus with everybody.
So as I'm getting ready to leave, they introduce you. And I'm sitting there like, I know I gotta leave. I know I'm gonna be late. But I'm listening to I forget who introduced you. I'm sitting there listening to introduce you. And when before I left, I asked my daughter, I said, you know her? And my daughter's like, I know of her. She's like, why? I said, I want her to write my book. I said, I need you to get her information for me. And when she did, that was the best decision I made in a long time.
Divine intervention. That's what happened.
Because what they were saying about it just caught me. So when we started sitting down and started discussing the book, I felt comfortable at that point for giving her all my information.
I felt like that. It's funny you say that because I felt like that immediately. And I don't know if because I already had you already did the poetry with me. I actually know who your dad is real good. But
I found that out later.
But he proud of her. He let it be known that that's his baby,
I
right?
found that out later.
But immediately with talking with you, like your aura and your energy, it was like, I like the little sister, man. Like, I'm cool, I'm comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I told you when I pulled it up on my laptop, I'm like, here.
Yeah, you like, just send it to yourself.
Yeah,
I'm
just
like,
send it to yourself.
wait.
Like, just send it to yourself.
You was.
You know, because you exude that. That's a gift. That's a gift.
Yeah.
Because people can feel like that all the time, but they don't know how to present it to the world, to the universe, right? Like people always think I'm mad. I ain't mad all the time. Maybe 50% of the time. No, but I ain't mad all the time. But people don't get that from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. It's going to be a year where I try to work on that and be more inviting and all that other stuff. But you have
You
that
need a
about
2023 list.
yeah, I thought you, man, that baby like a scroll. But you have that, you know, you have that, and it's a pleasure. It's
Thank
a pleasure to kick it with you. It's a pleasure to get to know you. I'm excited to see what it is you got going on, how it's gonna come out. So, how do people get your book?
So, you could buy it directly from me. You can inbox me. You can also get it off Amazon.
You want to put your inbox? You want to put your info out there? You comfortable with inbox?
Yep, or you can call me. But if you don't follow me, my name is Tia Shadan on all my platforms. On TikTok, it's UGC at the end for content. And then my number is 330-519-1358. Because it's posted everywhere, so I don't care.
And don't y'all dudes be calling her, trying to hit on her, don't be doing none of that, man.
Yeah, because don't get blocked.
Right.
Business only. I do block people.
Don't be just straight business, man. You catch her on your own time, you want to try to hit on her. Period. You know? Y'all got you.
I think you covered a lot of.
Listen. I'm
a lot of territory.
And
Do the feed.
the fees is like they love you.
Yeah, they love
I love y'all.
They love you.
I gotta go back and read the comments too when we get off here.
They definitely love you. They definitely love you.
positive things.
Somebody else mentioned about you writing a book. And
Look,
somebody wants you to teach.
I don't know about Darnell. I'm gonna
I
need
need
a
both.
finder's fee. I need a finder's fee.
A finder's fee.
I'm gonna need a finder's fee. It gotta be much, you know. It ain't gotta be much. You give me 2%. Give me 2% off of, you know. It ain't gotta be much. And me and Darnell is like the
Can't even come out.
I can't even get it out. We like the unofficial big brothers. So y'all got to come through us if y'all want to get to her.
Period.
And then we'll work some
Well
stuff out.
protected and respected.
Say that again.
Well protected and respected.
That part. We definitely appreciate you coming on, chopping
Thank
it up.
y'all for having
That wasn't
me.
that bad, was it?
No, because I do get a little nervous.
So before you go, I want two things from you. One, I would like you to tell us what would you tell your, and this is kind of to piggyback off of one of the questions that that Al asked. What would you tell your 15-year-old self?
Ooh. That's a beautiful question.
Let's do with that one first.
So, I've been in counseling for about a year now, and it's been a little over a year consistently. And what I'm working with now is the fact that I am in relationship with my inner child. So it's so crazy that you asked that question. So something I want to tell people, like, when you are in your adult age and you still are dealing with some of the traumas of your past, you as the woman or as the man, whichever, you have to get in relationship with that inner child so that you can heal her. I'm still healing my 15-year-old self. She was broken. She was insecure. She didn't feel loved. So I literally became the woman that I needed back then for myself now because I'm still healing her. So if I had to talk to her right now, I would just tell her I love her so much and I'm so proud of her because, like, look at what you did. Like, look at who you became. Look at how much you conquered. Look how much you healed. Like, if she would have known that I would be where I am right now, she would have been a lot less broken. She would have been a lot less insecure. She would have felt a lot more love because I love her crazy. Like, I give her so much love because she's still there and sometimes she tries to come out. So in healing me, I'm healing her because we always still have an inner child. Everybody does. There's 3 pieces to you. Your younger childhood, your teenage, and your adult. And that younger childhood and that teenage is all your inner child, and they never leave you. Like, that trauma, those experiences, it always comes. Like I say, you walk through life with a backpack. You can either keep adding to your backpack or you can release some of that pressure so you can release some of that baggage. So when I start releasing my baggage, my backpack is so light, it's like a purse now. Like, I be feeling like I'm so peaceful. And even when she creep up or I do take a backslide, it's still nothing like I used to be. And counseling saved my life.
The fall isn't so far.
At all.
Yeah.
It's real light.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned thus far in your young life?
The biggest lesson. Always bet on yourself. Just believe in yourself. Like, I literally manifest everything. I see it, I write it down, and it happens. And even when I doubt, like, I don't know, it might not happen at the time I think it was gonna happen, but it always comes. So don't ever feel like something can't or you can't do anything, because once you see it, it's there. Like, that's God telling you, a visionary. I'm a visionary. Like, if you can see it, visionaries and I are in direct line of communication with God, because He's directly talking to you, telling you you're seeing everything. You might even see when you're about to take an L, you saw it before it happened. I see sometimes when I'm like, I kind of felt like that was going to happen. But just always believe in whatever God show you.
I love that. I love that.
You dope.
You dope.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So look, say the name of your book again.
Protect the Crown.
Protect the Crown. Inbox
Crown
her.
with an E.
Blow that book up. Buy that book. Support this young sister and everything that she's doing. Again, we honored to have you on here. This video, like all our videos now, is going to be is going to be on YouTube. So we need y'all to subscribe, like. What's the other one? Share. All that. We need y'all to do all that. Right, I'm trying to, we trying to get a couple coins so I can keep Darnell coming, man. He said, he a professional trainer and a house flipper and all that. So his time is money. He don't rock with his boy like that no more. So I gotta, and Keelan, y'all already know, he like an octopus. I say Keelan like an octopus. This dude got tentacles everywhere. So
you cannot just say that and think that your time is not valuable as well.
I ain't nobody, man.
Everybody's time is valuable. Mm-hmm. So everybody has to treat that as that.
Absolutely. I ain't nobody though.
Okay, you can keep being nobody, but my time is
So we need y'all to like, subscribe, and share. It's going to be uploaded sometime tonight on YouTube, and you can tap on. You can go to my page And right up, Keelan made me repin it again. Thank you.
That's right.
It's right.
He said somebody write that down for him.
I'm so tired of Leslie Ann. She been on my
He
nerves.
is so much up today. He's so needy.
But y'all can hit that. You can. All you gotta do is tap on it. It take you right to the page. You can like, subscribe it, or you can type it in.
What's the name of it?
It's what's the name of our podcast?
Okay, but still say it out there. They can even know that too.
See. But he ain't gonna
No,
get. But you ain't gonna let him get the backlash that I got, right?
I feel like I sat in the wrong spot because they've been beefing. I want to switch. I'm in the middle. I can feel so much.
And in the same show, I feel you over there.
But you can go to William Miller / at Pros and Cons Podcast, and you can subscribe to it because we really want to start going live on YouTube. But in order to go live on YouTube, you got to have at least 50 subscribers. So I know, man, we come on, man. I know at least 50 people rock with Keelan.
What we got now?
I don't know.
How many views on here? 'Cause
So we
if it's
need
50,
I know,
then everybody go over.
I know 50 people at least rock with Keelan. Y'all notice I ain't say me. 50 people at least rock with Keelan. So if you rock with Keelan, man, and Brian said what's up, he wasn't able to make it.
Hey, blood.
Again, we appreciate you, man. Wish you nothing but great success. I need you to make sure my book is dynamite, and I can get me a couple dollars up off of it. You know, couple speaking engagements or something.
Period.
You know that part.
Because we monetize books over here.
Monetize books over
are
here.
businesses.
Say that again.
Books are businesses.
So, get ready to spend y'all a couple dollars on my book, because I'm gonna need them while y'all be on my business, right? There it
Mine's
is.
coming this year.
Yep, it's dropping.
What is the
soon.
name of
Very.
it? We didn't get to that.
So we talk about that now?
Go ahead.
The Trials and Tribulation of Reddy Rock Darnell.
Ain't that about something?
Let's
Hey
go.
man,
All right, let's go.
man.
The story from the horse's mouth.
Go. All right,
Ain't that about, I
love
gotta
it.
change my name, my book now.
What was the name of your book?
Well, it wasn't Darnell, but
Was it Darnell?
it wasn't Darnell, but
No,
Key,
you don't.
Similar.
yeah. Key, what you got going on, man? Tell them what you got going on, man. We ain't got a whole lot of time, but you got a whole lot of, you know. No, I'm saying that because Keelan got a whole lot of stuff going on. So, you know, we'll be here till tomorrow with everything Keelan got going
I'm
on.
trying to stay busy like Keelan.
He stay busy,
I'm trying to rub elbows with the right people like
It's just a continual thing, so everything that you see me do is always in motion. So whether it be the barber shops, the barber school, the bike shop, the community organizations, it all continues the same. So each and every day. So
Speaking of bikes, me and Simmy been down there get one. We getting out on the bikes this summer.
Dude, I'm
We
about
getting
to,
out
You
on
don't
the
sound
bikes this
short.
summer.
Like
We
he
getting
getting
out there on the bikes this summer.
dude, I'm about to be in
I'm
the
looking
back
for
brace for
help.
3 months. The
I'm
last thing I'm gonna be worried about is a
I
bicycle.
come get my bike.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I need to get
Man,
out
this
there.
dude been trying to get me on the bicycle since I've been home. I ain't
Yeah,
in the
I'm trying to get out
bicycle.
there with you.
So
It's a no for me.
it's enough for you.
Come on now.
I'm
Look,
not the exerciser.
again, we appreciate it.
Tell them what we got for our next podcast,
Um,
our next guest, and when it's gonna be.
Our next guest is actually a young brother that I met doing this Building Freedom Ohio work. A brother named Trey Howe. He's been home not quite a year yet. We're gonna talk to him about some of the trials and tribulations that he's facing. What?
No, trials and tribulations. Go ahead.
Oh, some of the trials and tribulations that he's facing and has faced since he's supposedly gotten his freedom back, and I only say air quotes because we know it's a whole bunch to that.
Right.
So we're gonna talk with him and hear his story, and that is gonna be in 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, every other Monday is when we have our podcast from 4 to 5. So y'all know, even though we run a little late today, it's from 4 to 5, and so y'all tap in. But more importantly, so I gotta get used to that. More importantly, like, subscribe, and share when you see this baby on YouTube. Right? I actually learned how to do it. I'm proud of myself. Shout out to my homegirl Melanin for helping me out, you know. But
Melanie,
Rudolph.
I kind of figured that.
You know, I ain't figured it out on my own. but we appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully y'all got something from this powerful sister. Hopefully y'all share this with some young people. She definitely gonna inspire them to do more than what they are doing, to believe in more than what they have believed in. With that being said, man, it's nothing but love, peace, and respect.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.